In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope that you all are fine and safe at home. Today is Friday, 15th of May 2020. It is chemistry lecture for grade 9 and the chapter we are studying is Structure of Atom, and this is your teacher, Miss Kausar. Okay students, as you know, we were discussing Rutherford's atomic model, and in previous lecture I explained the experimental setup used by Rutherford, his observation and his conclusion. So today we will continue the topic Rutherford's atomic model, and in today's lecture I will explain the main points of Rutherford's atomic model and the defects in his model. Okay, so what were the shortcomings or defects present in Rutherford's atomic model? So let's see what were the main points of Rutherford's atomic model. So these are the main points of Rutherford's atomic model. The first point is atom consists of positively charged central portion called nucleus. It contains protons and neutrons. As I told you, Rutherford is the discoverer of the nucleus. He discovered nucleus during his gold foil experiment. So he said that atom consists of a central positive portion which is known as nucleus, and this nucleus contains protons and neutrons, means both the particles protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus. The second point is electrons are revolving around the nucleus with very high speed, just like planets around the sun. Like electrons are moving around the nucleus the same way as planets are moving around the sun. Let me explain it by these pictures. This is the structure of atom proposed by Rutherford, and this is the solar system. You can see here the planets are moving around the sun. So he proposed the same model for atom, that atom consists of a central portion called nucleus which contains protons and neutrons, while the negative charge electrons are moving around the nucleus. Okay, and they are moving around the nucleus with very high speed. His next point was the electron revolving around the nucleus would require centripetal force. The attractive force of nucleus on electrons provides centripetal force to the electron. Now first let me explain what is centripetal force. So what is a centripetal force? A centripetal force is a net force that acts on an object to keep it moving along a circular path. Means it is the force which compels a body to move in a circular path. As according to Rutherford, electrons are moving around the nucleus just like planets are moving around the sun. So it means electrons are circulating around the nucleus. So if electron is moving in circular path around the nucleus, this electron will need centripetal force, the force which will compel this electron or which will keep this electron moving in circular path. Now who will provide this centripetal force to the electron? Definitely it is the nucleus of the atom which will provide this force. As you know, the nucleus contains protons, and protons have positive charge, electrons have negative charge, and opposite charges attract each other. So this nucleus will attract the electron, and this attractive force of nucleus on the electron will compel the electron to move in circular path. Okay, so this centripetal force for the electron is provided by the nucleus of the atom. I hope it's clear to all of you. His next point is the size of the nucleus is very small as compared to the size of the atom, and most of the volume occupied by the atom is empty. Most of the volume means most of the space, as I explained it earlier, that most of the space occupied by an atom is empty. Most of the space inside an atom is empty. If we talk about the size of nucleus as compared to the size of the atom, the nucleus is extremely small as compared to the size of atom. If an atom were enlarged to the size of the earth, its nucleus would be only 200 feet in diameter and could easily fit inside a small football stadium. Means if we consider atom as Earth, then the nucleus is the football stadium present in Earth. So if we compare the size of Earth and a football stadium, you can see a football stadium is so small as compared to the size of Earth. So same is the case here. The size of nucleus is very small as compared to the size of atom, and most of the space inside an atom is empty. Rutherford next point was atom is neutral. Atom is a neutral particle. So why is atom neutral? It contains negative charges like electrons and positive charge like proton, but still it is neutral because the number of electrons will always be equal to the number of protons. If there are 3 electrons, there will be 3 protons. If there are 30 electrons, there will be 30 protons, and so on. So the negative charges are equal to the positive charges. The negative electrons are equal to the positive protons, so they cancel out each other's effect, and as a whole atom has no charge. So atom has no charge, it means atom is neutral. Nucleus is responsible for the mass and energy of the atom. As you know, the mass of the atom is mainly because of protons and neutrons. The mass of electron is not included in that because that mass of electron is negligible. So if the mass of atom is mainly because of proton and neutron, and you know that proton and neutrons are present in the nucleus of the atom, so mass is also present in the nucleus. You can say nucleus is responsible for the mass of atom. Similarly, most of the energy of the atom is stored inside the nucleus, so it is the nucleus which is responsible for the mass and energy of the atom. So these were the main points of Rutherford's atomic model. As Rutherford presented this model in 1911, these suggestions remain unchallenged for a long time, but this model could not explain some of the points. Now let's see what were that points and what are the defects which were present in Rutherford atomic model. So the defects in Rutherford atomic model were, the first one is Rutherford's atomic model is based on the laws of motion and gravitation, which are applicable to the neutral bodies and not on the charged bodies. As you have studied about Newton's laws of motion and gravitation in physics, these are the laws which are applicable to neutral bodies only, and they cannot be applied to the charged bodies. If we talk about universal law of gravity, it states that every object in our universe attracts every other object with a force which is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the objects and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the object. It means every object in our universe attracts every other object, and it is very important as the gravitational force of attraction of Earth binds all the objects on Earth to the Earth. It also explains the force that binds us to the Earth, and the motion of the moon around the Earth is also explained by this law. So it means every object is attracting every other object in our universe, but this law is applicable to neutral bodies only. It cannot be applied to the charged bodies like electrons, but Rutherford applied this law to the charged bodies. His model is based on this law of motion and law of gravitation. But so we cannot apply laws of motion, Newton's laws of motion, as you have studied about it, Newton's first law of motion, second law of motion, or third law of motion. This cannot be applied to electron or any charged body because we cannot predict exactly the position and motion of the electron. So if we cannot predict the position and motion of the electron, we cannot apply laws of motion to that particle. So laws of motion and gravitation cannot be applied to the charged bodies like electron. They can be applied to neutral bodies only. But Rutherford's atomic model was based on laws of motion and gravitation. He was unable to explain this question, or he was unable to answer this question, and he was unable to explain it. The second objection or defect in Rutherford's atomic model was, according to Maxwell theory, electrons are charged bodies revolving around the nucleus and should emit energy continuously. The electron will move on the circular path and ultimately fall in the nucleus. However, it does not happen. Maxwell was a scientist. He proposed a theory that whenever a charged particle is moving, it will radiate energy. And if a charged particle is radiating energy continuously, then it will run out of energy. As Rutherford said, electrons are continuously moving around the nucleus. An electron is also a charged particle. It has a negative charge. So if this charged particle electron is moving around the nucleus continuously, then according to Maxwell, it will radiate energy. As it is moving continuously, so it will radiate energy or it will emit energy continuously. And if it is continuously emitting energy, a time will reach that this electron will get a run out of energy. So when it runs out of energy, what will happen? It will fall into the nucleus and the atom will get destroyed. But it does not happen. As you know, atom is extremely stable particle. Rutherford was unable to explain the stability of the atom. The next defect in his model was, if electrons radiate energy continuously, then continuous spectrum will be obtained, but actually line spectrum is obtained. First, let me explain what is meant by spectrum and what is continuous and line spectrum, then I will explain this point. Okay, in simple words, a spectrum means a band of colors. In physics, you will study about it in detail, but here I am explaining it generally. Spectrum means a band of colors. If white light or visible light is passed through a prism, it will convert into 7 colors or rainbow. This band of 7 colors or rainbow is one of the examples of spectrum. It is known as spectrum. So any object which is radiating energy, which is emitting energy, can have a spectrum. As electron is also radiating energy, so electron can also have a spectrum. Now there are two types of spectrum, that is continuous spectrum and line spectrum. What is continuous spectrum? A spectrum that contains many different colors with no gaps is called continuous spectrum. And a line spectrum means a spectrum that contains a series of colored lines with dark spaces in between is called a line spectrum. You can see here it is a continuous spectrum. Here the colors have no gap in between. There is no visible boundary between the colors. And these two spectrums are showing line spectrum. Either the line spectrum is emission spectrum or absorption spectrum. It depends whether the energy is emitted, means released, or the energy is absorbed. Okay, so you can see here colored lines are present with dark background or dark lines with colorful background, but both are showing line spectrum. This is a continuous spectrum in which the colors are present with no gaps or no visible boundary, and here you can see the visible lines are present with dark background. As Rutherford said, electrons are moving continuously around the nucleus, so they must radiate energy continuously, and the spectrum obtained should be a continuous one. But when the spectrum of electron was obtained, it was not a continuous spectrum, it was a line spectrum, either emission line spectrum or absorption line spectrum, but it was a line spectrum. Rutherford was unable to answer the question that why electrons have a line spectrum instead of continuous one. The last defect or objection on Rutherford atomic model was, it does not provide any explanation about the chemical properties of the elements. As you know, chemical property means how an element is combined with other element, how a substance will react with other substances. So Rutherford atomic model is not giving us any idea about the chemical properties of the elements. These were some of the defects which were present in Rutherford atomic model. I hope that today's lecture is clear to all of you. Now let's move towards our today's homework. Your homework is to answer this question: why an atom is considered as a neutral particle. Give reason, or if you have more than one reason, okay, so give reasons. The mass of an atom is present in its nucleus. Can you explain it? These two questions are your homework, so please do your homework. Watch and listen the video very carefully and try to make yourself understand. Take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.